So I don't know, most of you will know now that I've been dating Denise for over 3 years. I met her back, when was it? September. This year. We come back from conference in Queenstown with Gary and Christine, and it was quite a hard journey down there. And I think we actually both forgot our anniversary. But if we go back in time, it's quite funny looking back at our first date. And our first date was at Warkworth. I said to Denise, let's meet somewhere halfway. She lived in Monterey, and I lived in Auckland, so that seemed fair to me. So I think we can find a romantic setting. So I said, we'll go to the pub. And there's this cute little pub in Warkworth, and they had this lovely couch. It was one of those kind of couches that you slipped into. And it was very shaped. Anyway, we sat by the fire and watched the All Black test, and the couch was very slippery. And I was slipping, and I slipped. That was Tony. And I slipped, and my body finally succumbed, and my head bashed in the boobs. And I've been there ever since. Like every relationship in life, it has its challenges. Denise lives up in Monterey with 3 kids and 3 pussies. 3 kids? Oh, she divorced one.
Ryan, Lola, and Joe.
And 3 pussies. Unfortunately, she's lost a pussy. Lost 2 pussies. And I lived in the Haygates Road with Mr. Morris. He's around somewhere. And Stick the dog. So we managed a long distance relationship with our anniversary being this year, which Denise forgot, 3 years, and the 24th of September. Even though it's been tough times, Denise has been able to join me at a lot of conferences, and we have travelled a bit together, and it's been quite good for us to develop our relationship and friendship and bond, and we've really grown close together. Now talking about the daddy daycare side of the journey, when I got brave enough to go to Ocean Beach, Tynan asked Mum where was I going to sleep, and Mum says, I got bad news for you, boy, and I was going to sleep in your bloody mother's bed, and so he was quite upset with me to start with. And also when I met Tynan, he only took a shower once a week, if you were lucky. He never changed his clothes, but today he's showering twice a day. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Anyway, Tynan's become friends with my great nephew Corbin and Hayley, and they just finished a great adventure up in the far north, getting landlocked on an island with the tide coming in, having to be rescued by the bloody PR Rescue Patrol up there. But he goes away with Corbin and Tynan and to Rose's backs out at Drury Creek, out at Drury there, and he goes driving cars and shooting, so he's in a real boy's paradise. And he loves having 2 homes in Auckland. But now moving on to Princess Lola. Here she is over here in the corner, hiding away. Lola's just come back from a farm journey down in Pirongia with Miss Pirongia. Where's Miss Pirongia?
Here she is.
She's been very quiet. So Lola's been down there with Miss Pirongia as like a temporary daughter or stand-in daughter for her. But Lola talked about her fitness and the experience she has with her mum. She's just come back from doing a trip in the South Island where she ran for cancer. And she ran with 19 boys chasing her up and down the country, which she really enjoyed. And she ran 125 Ks over 5 days, so she did really well. She's very pleased with herself. And I guess what she learned from that, though, was it wasn't about the pain that she endured, it was about the pain that the people that she was running for endured. And she was very proud of herself and that she completed that journey and that part of what she did for other people. Fit as she is, though, Lola really struggles to keep up with her mother. As you can see, she's a pretty dynamic woman. But both kids have been very kind to me. I guess it's very hard coming from a bit of a broken family. And the journey with me coming into their life has been a bit strange, I guess, for them. But both are lovely kids, and I love them very much, and thanks for their support in us through the journey. But moving on to the next part of my speech, I say it's really good to test the strength of your relationship. So I thought I'd put Denise to the test. Did you know that accidents on ladders are responsible for a high proportion of ACC claims? And I know Tynan talked about this before, but I'm sure you understand where the story's going. With Damien, we're trying to sell a house at Haygates Road, which is fine. He's just gone on a bloody market. Thank God for that. Yeah, but I had a bit of an accident there. I was painting a room and I fell off a ladder, just a very small ladder, and I landed on a can of paint. And I've got brand new tin of paint, and I threw my hands out to protect myself, and both my wrists snapped. And I was in a bit of pain for a while until I lay on the concrete. And I think Damien heard me screaming or something from upstairs, and they come down and I was a bit wonky with my wrists.
When you're sleeping with such strong wrists, though.
Yeah. But anyway, and I guess living in Auckland and Big Mum living up in Whangarei, Damien was quite keen to look after me. He had a water blaster as a backup. But he decided to let Denise do the job. And anyway, Denise jumped in hands and all, literally. And Denise really had to do all the maintenance, as you can imagine, having no wrists or no working components in your hands. I couldn't do anything at all. When I was down in Parongi, I got some artificial insemination gloves, which were quite good for cleaning, but Denise had to hop in the bath with me every day, you know, and do everything for me, so I was very lucky, and she enjoyed herself immensely. Sadly, one day Denise lost a very close family heirloom, but I was quite pleased to say it recovered the following day. Now we come to the proposal part, and most of the women here that know me like Louise, know I'm a New Age romantic man. So I thought I had a small component about the proposal, and I'm a bit like George Clooney. I guess I've waited 50 years to meet the right woman. I proposed to Denise back in 2013, but again, as Tony mentioned before, I proposed to her. I thought I'd better do the right thing and ask the man of the family. And again, he was at the B8s and he wasn't really interested in talking to me. He said, "Just take her off my hands." Greg Murphy's coming down the streets. But anyway, together we were up in the Whangarei, and we purchased a ring specifically, which I could have painted my car with because I needed any paint on the bloody convertible. And we waited for the right moment, and since moving to Birkenhead, myself and Denise have been over town quite a few times because she likes to have a few busy lunches. And so we went from Birkenhead to Auckland one day, and I had the ring hidden in a secret place, and on the way to town...
Did you have to wipe it?
No, that was when I broke my wrists. But on the way to town, she was saying, "Oh, my thing's feeling really lonely, my ring finger's feeling really lonely," and giving a bit of grief unbeknownst to her. It was all about to happen, so I chose a really nice romantic spot by the water, a nice bottle of bubbles, and I started to read out a speech to her called The Proposal. And halfway through the speech, she says, "Are you proposing to me?" Anyway, at the pivotal moment, or the conclusion of my speech, I reached into my undies and I grabbed out the ring. And he said, "What are you doing? Are you scratching your balls?" But I had the ring.
Prince Albert.
I had the ring hidden down my undies for safekeeping.
Romance never stops you, right?
But in closing, they say you can waste your life chasing rainbows looking for that elusive pot of gold, but I really believe I won not when I met Denise. I'll hand you over to her so she can cry some more.